Hello, my name's Elizabeth, and today I would like to share a poem with you that was written by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, a poet in the 1800s. He was born February 27, 1807, and lived until March 24, 1882. There was a movie made about him called I Heard the Bells. This movie depicted some difficult times in Henry Wadsworth Longfellow's life. I saw the movie and I thought it was good. Although, as in real life, it is difficult to either personally experience and or to watch those whom you love go through intense initiations or trials in their life. Quote, "Not enjoyment and not in sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act that each tomorrow find us farther than today. Unquote. I will be sharing with you his first poem, which he wrote in 1838. Called A Psalm of Life, which I think is about the trials and initiations we all have to experience in our life for the purpose of soul growth and evolution. I'll be quoting from the lines from the poem, and then we'll read it shortly in its entirety. Quote, "Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal." Unquote. The universe created cycles in everything, including our lives, although many of us are not taught that, and may miss the opportunity for soul development. Quote, "Dust thou art, to dust returnest," was not spoken of the soul. Unquote. One of the books in the Bible that I'm particularly drawn to, and one I would like to read someday, is the book of Psalms. The meaning of Psalms is a sacred song or hymn. Life is definitely a sacred journey, and one that should make our hearts sing with joy, love, and peace and harmony, since we are made in God's image. Jesus explained that being made in the image of God, we could do greater works than He, if we chose to, since He had come to show us the way, the truth, and the life. But unfortunately, we're not taught that today in today's society, nor are we taught that there are others, in addition to Jesus, that have the consciousness of, quote, "Let us be up and doing, with the heart of any fate, still achieving, still pursuing," end quote, the goal of becoming God-like. We are taught that there's only one Son of God, when the real truth is that Jesus was the Son of God, and that we are all given the opportunity to become the Christ. However, with all the challenges in life today, especially around not knowing who's telling the truth or who is lying about various world conditions, quote, "Life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers," unquote, or why the values or morals of society seem to be on the decline, quote, "Still, like muffled drums are beating, funeral marches to the grave," unquote. It is hard to have one's heart sing with joy, love, and peace. But we all have a divine purpose, and we should take a stand for the truth, the way, and the light, just as Jesus did. Lives of great men, quote, this is a quote, "Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, but in departing leave us behind us footprints of the sands of time." We need to stop following the crowd or the woke consciousness, quote, "Be not like dumb, driven cattle, be a hero in the strife," unquote, fighting for our freedom and our rights to have a relationship with the divine that fulfills our purpose for being here and for being our brother's keeper. Quote, "Footprints that perhaps another, sailing o'er life's solemn main, a forlorn shipwrecked brother, seeing shall take heart again," unquote. A Psalm of Life by Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. What the heart of a young man said to the psalmist: "Tell me not in mournful numbers, life is but an empty dream, for the soul is dead that slumbers, and things are not what they seem. Life is real, life is earnest, and the grave is not its goal. Dust thou art, to dust returnest," was not spoken of the soul. Not enjoyment and not sorrow is our destined end or way, but to act that each tomorrow finds us farther than today. Art is long and time is fleeting, and our hearts, though stout and brave, still like muffled drums are beating funeral marches to the grave. In the world's broad field of battle, in the bivouac of life, be not like dumb driven cattle, be a hero in the strife. Trust no future, however pleasant, let the dead past bury its dead. Act in living present, heart within and God overhead. Lives of great men all remind us we can make our lives sublime, and departing leave behind us footprints in the sands of time. Footprint that perhaps another, sailing o'er life's solemn main, a form and shipwreck brother, seeing shall take heart again. Let us then be up and doing with a heart for any fate, still achieving, still pursuing, learn to labor and to wait. Longfellow penned wise words back in 1838 that could still apply to today's challenges and society's cavalier way of life. I think Longfellow knew something that we all need to remember, know, and relearn, and that is the divine aspect of life and how we can recreate our relationship with the Creator, the heavenly host, to be co-creators in order to help our hearts and souls to sing once again. Thank you. Have a great day.